We love to make a joke and let everybody laugh. Then we got a problem when another motherfucker tell the same joke. We want to tell a joke and let everybody laugh. Everybody retweet. Everybody gets to, because I want my engagement up. So we don't keep it in the culture. We tell the joke for every other culture to enjoy. But then we got a problem when we see them laughing. Or when we...
Yo, it's the MalloryBrosPodcast, episode 215.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to welcome you back to another week with the bros, man. I had a fun weekend. Glad to be back. It's a little bit of a stormy day on the east side. Mm-hmm. But we here.
I've been wearing this hat so damn long, I got that front headache. Because we ain't start shooting immediately.
That mug strap. It's tight as hell on your head.
When you fellas, you get the headache just right here. But look, it's going to go away with action and activity. You start forgetting. You ever have your hat on so long that you just... I had my hat on so long, I feel like that day I was standing there and I thought I had my hat on, but I did not. I could just feel the hat, though.
That's insane. Why your hat so damn tight? The hell?
It ain't that it's tight. It's just that you have it on all day. How you think cowboys used to feel? You look like an ex-cowboy. This is a dangerous outfit.
No, it's not. Boy, I got this shirt from...
You got that from the Dangerous and Sierra Wilson
I got this joint.
collection.
I got this joint because it looked like the joint from Dune.
Yeah.
Don't say, you don't even fuck with Dune. You barely saw the first one, didn't see the second one. That's my smoke for you. I just realized me and G went to see the first Dune in theaters. Told you to go. You said, I'll watch it.
When did Dune come out?
The first Dune, I think
the second
20... top of the year.
I've been expecting...
Not top of the year. A few months ago.
I've been expecting Child for majority of this year. So I am due grace.
Okay, what about the year?
What about the year? Dune.
What about the first Dune that
Even
came
though I heard
out?
it was the best movie, one of the best movies of the year.
What about the first Dune that came out before you was expecting the show?
I saw that one. But since I saw it and it was kind of foggy to me and not that great, I've been wanting to rewatch that before I watch the new Dune. And that's why I still haven't seen Dune. But I still know about Dune because Dune existed before these 2024 and 2022 films.
Damn, yeah. And you know what? I'm not even going to lie. I only enjoyed the Dune films the most in the theater. Trying to watch them joints at home is so much.
Your head look like a Dune.
It's very dialogue-y.
You look like you ride Dune buggies, boy. Fuck out of here.
I look like I ride Dune
June bug.
Okay, boy. What you look like? You look like a Cuban baseball star, boy. I ain't no black. Fuck out of here. Shout out all the Cubans.
Don't shout us out, motherfucker. What'd he say?
You heard me. Ain't no black. Y'all be getting that off. But
I can't get that off.
Let me say this. I had such a core memory weekend. Took my son to the Montgomery County State Fair out here in Maryland. And he got to see, he loves to like make little animal sounds and stuff like that, like in his books and stuff. But he got to see a pig for the first time. Got to see a cow and go moo in front of the cow for the first time. He got to pet a rabbit. It's just a bunch of like dope for your childhood when you look back. Like you love fire trucks. We got to see a fire truck in person. I think it was a bigger deal for me and G than him, but it was a dope weekend. We got on the Ferris wheel. Let me tell you something. When that motherfucker get you to the top and then the jump rock like that, you feel like, okay, get me off this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm good. I think the last time we was on a Ferris wheel was at the harbor. I forgot y'all got on that joint with crew. Man, no way.
I said,
and
I feel like I'm putting my whole family at risk. We all getting this joint. But I said, at least if we all go, we go together. You let us put him on
a tractor, but you let him get on a damn 50-foot Ferris wheel.
Y'all don't understand how scary G is. That's the reason I didn't want y'all to put him on the back of the tractor.
No, I don't like that. We've been around G, and G always says it's you. It's you. You use Gigi as an excuse.
No, it's not me. It's not the fear. It's not that. It's the fear if some shit go wrong. That's the thing. Shit cool till it not. Everybody cool till he fly off the tractor. Then I'm the one that has to make the call to say,
what happened when all three of y'all fly off of a hinge of the
we
Ferris
all made
wheel?
the decision to get on together. We gonna go together. We're all going together. Remember it's Transformers?
That shit was low-key sad as fuck. Fellas, y'all remember watching Transformers and all of a sudden you in the fields? Hey, look, when Sam Witwicky was about to die or whatever, he had his folks out there.
Hey, let me ask you this. When the last time you seen that joint?
That joint is
That
fire.
motherfucker should
Me
have
and AJ was talking about how those are
been dead. And Revenge of the Fallen should have been the end of Sam Witwicky. He should have been dead.
Oh yeah.
No
many
way
times.
you're surviving that shot from
I knew they was on bogus shit when like Optimus was falling out of a building and grabbed Sam with his foot or some shit or dove. This is a car, Terrell. I want you to imagine your car get. I want you to imagine your car. You love your car. That joint transforms one, gets up and says, "Hey, I got you." Picks you up with what part of? And he gonna put you down, but hit a motherfucker with these. This can't be soft.
You talking about when Sam flew in the air, Bumblebee reached the foot, grabbed him.
Or tapped them so he
That shit was
braced
cinema.
his fall.
That's classic Michael
breaks
Bay.
your fall with the bumper of your car.
That's classic Michael Bay cinema right there.
And look, we never watched those movies to be realistic anyway.
Yeah.
Those movies was
It was
fire.
fun, yeah.
But
People took them too serious. But what about you? How was the weekend? I see you was, doing your thing. We couldn't even get this motherfucker on the phone yesterday.
we had a core memory weekend, I would say. Had the pops-in-law come from Seattle out of town. It feels like we've been hosting for so long, like so many different things and getting ready. But having him out here was dope. It's always dope when your family from family from out of town comes in town because it's a brand new experience for them. So that was a big part of the weekend. And then, of course, getting the crib ready for Sunny. We 4 weeks away. 4 weeks away, y'all counting down. When the realest month of the year starts, the 9th month, that's when shit gets real. We got a real big drop coming
no bullshit.
year.
This is one of the realest months of the year for us.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Count down until it's time.
Uh-huh.
Till it's that time.
Damn, y'all close as hell. Y'all close. Y'all just be prepared for the pod to look a little different. We might be in a different location. We might be, shit might get shaky. Not shaky as in a bad way, but like shit might look different because
Might just be over there.
we might be in a different spot just because he got the baby,
Oh, I'm not like Terrell, y'all. I might have what's her name right here. And I say she's sleeping because I sing her ABCs. I sing her.
But he wants to get mad at the
And I was about to say
daddy
then
raps. You really a daddy rap nigga.
I'm really
You're
not.
the nigga you criticize. You're the person that
Terrell,
you
no, I'm not.
have been critical of. And
Okay,
you're
bet.
getting ready to see that you
So
are.
watch this. If I never talk about my kid on the podcast, what they gonna say? The nigga don't give a fuck about his kid.
No,
right?
T. No, that's
What
not
if
what
I
I'm
just
gonna
say we can recap what's crazy? I was looking at this fucking video. Then I went down the street. I never say shit about A-Train, never say shit about the kid. It's just what's going on in my life right now.
Nah, T. See,
Terrell.
we're not talking about that. We talking about when you say stuff like, "Oh, I'm gonna have the baby right here," "Oh, I'm gonna do this," "Oh, I'm not like, I'm gonna have this." Bet. Then that gonna make you daddy raps, and niggas
No,
are
it's
already
not,
clocking
Terrell.
your T.
No, it's not. And let me tell you and every other nigga, y'all are so annoying. You an example of a nigga that wants so bad to like aha somebody, but you haven't really done it yet. It haven't happened, and you trying to jump the gun. Daddy raps is when I make y'all like, what do we do for a living, right? It's not like on Patreon, you're going to be watching me say, this is the top 5 things for dads. I'm not doing that. We still listening to the music we listening to. We still looking at the movies we look
He try to make it. You're doing what
But if I
Skip them
talk,
do.
no, but what you're doing is you're discouraging me from talking on the podcast by trying to throw something I said in my face that's not even what I'm doing. But you know what? If you keep doing that, it's only going to lead to me not talking. So...
You see what he doing? Y'all see what he
y'all
doing?
want to say I don't let him finish.
When you
Maybe
deal with
he deserves some criticism. When you get your backbeat on the comments,
Backbeat.
maybe y'all should tell
Backbeat.
him in the comments. But
anyway,
I'm not Daddy Raps, bro.
I'm just saying.
You heard Big Sean's joint? Do you like this?
I love it, man. I'm sorry.
I didn't even remember how that joint went, but I just
The video with him and getting the crib and
I got a video of me putting my crib together, you know. A-Train got me putting the stuff together.
that's what it is y'all did over the weekend. Y'all went and got some last few key
100%.
pieces, right?
Yeah.
Dope, man. Hey, look, we growing on this side. After we went to the fair, I went to go see my brother-in-law, their new baby, G's niece.
Mm-hmm.
And she's 3 months or whatever. So that was cool because we double dated with them. Now it's us and 2 babies.
Damn, yeah. Hell yeah.
It's about to be like that for us. But enough of the daddy raps. I guess the first thing that happened over the past weekend was the Michael Rubin shit. We'll get into that first.
I can play the clip because believe it or not, I got it if you want.
Okay,
Because why not?
Just to give people context, Michael Rubin went on the Breakfast Club recently to talk about the all-white party and some other stuff. And he made a comment about, how, his opinion on black culture that was met with some criticism. So here, this is Michael Rubin on the Breakfast Club.
When I see the narrative of a really good
Right,
friend of
that's
mine
good.
like Meek, and people trying to, again, if he was gay, which there's not one gay bone in his body, who cares? Number one, let's say if people want to be gay, it is 2024. Who the fuck cares? Okay. Number two, there's not a gay bone in his body. So like, why do people want to lie about that? Why do people want to change a narrative of bet he made with me to try to hurt him? Like that is the one thing I've learned about, and look, I'm just being blunt because it's me. It's the one thing I've learned about black culture that I don't like is that black hate on hate.
Speak on that more. I heard you say that earlier, and I wanted you to expound on that. You said you don't like to see black people tearing down other black people.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like it's horrible. Like why? Like I want to support every. Look, you guys know me pretty well. Anything I can ever help with, I'm always there. I always want to be helpful. I feel lucky and fortunate to do what I do every day. To be as, whatever success I've had, I feel blessed to do that. And I want to give back in every way I can. In business and in charitable things, I'm always trying to be helpful. Like, why does someone want to bring somebody else down? Let's try to build everybody up. Like, I'd be more excited if I'd be more excited to see one of my friends do something that's 99% less meaningful to me, but it would be really meaningful to them because I want them to do great. I want everyone around me to do great. I don't like watching,
One more.
there's a little bit, and you tell me, you guys correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think there's a little bit of a black culture of like, it's black hate on hate. It's like that black judge that Meek had that hated on him and wanted to go extra hard on him. Okay. It's it's what people always say to me. It's like black hate on hate. So I think it's terrible. I think it's something that I think it's culturally wrong. And I'll probably get killed for saying this because,
I'm glad you're saying it openly. If this is the conversations that are being
I have
had
it all the time with
amongst, I want to hear this.
Yeah, so I think it's wrong. I think, like, why do you not want to build everyone up around you? Why do you not want everyone around you to do great? The best way for everyone to do great is to push each other up, okay?
Terrence, thick-ass teacher pops up. But that's Michael Rubin talking about his thoughts on black culture. I guess I'll let you go first because I can soapbox a little bit. I don't want to. So before I do that, I'll let you say what you think about what Michael Rubin said. There was a lot of people that agree with him. There's a lot of people that had criticism for the fact that he spoke. What do you think? We'll start with you, and then I'll go after you because I can be long-winded. I don't want to be.
I'm not going to be long-winded. I know you're going to I think you can put it in a better way than me. And we might say the same thing, but of course, you're going to get backlash when you talk about a group of people in any type of way in 2024. Like, if you say anything about, it don't even really matter. Like, you could be talking about people who eat Pop-Tarts. Let me tell you, if somebody feels like they can directly align with what you're talking about and it's in the negative, it's almost like in people's DNA now, or it's almost like instinctual for people to get on defense at you or at an attack that could not even be an attack. That's why people be like, damn, you got to throw up so many warning signals and you got to be real PR with your shit because people will get offended very quickly.
Yeah.
So I definitely think he's up there saying, that's my thing with the black on black hate. You're speaking to something, and it sounds like he was speaking on black crime, like he was told about it by like a black person. You know?
Yeah. I mean, the dude got a lot of friends that are rappers, entertainers.
He sound like he said that, like that judge that hated on Meek. That made me
That's
think,
true.
maybe you've been talking to Meek Mill about it, and that's kind of where you get your whatever. Because what he was saying, y'all, really isn't necessarily wrong, more so than we don't like the fact that he's saying it. Because we're not allowed, everybody's not allowed to speak on everybody's culture, it seems like, in the world, but everybody's allowed to speak on our culture.
Yes.
And that's what you're going to get on.
Yeah, and I honestly think, like, when you think about what Michael Rubins said, like, you're talking about, you know, this black hate on hate. It's like, there's a couple things about this that I don't like. Number one, you can say something that's somewhat factual or factual about a certain percentage of a group or about a part of a group, and you can still be wrong for saying it. I think when I think about the hate that Meek Mill got on Twitter, right, and how it just seemed like everybody wanted to tear Meek down, like, I can't take away, like, of course, yeah, that judge was fucked up when you bring that up. When you think about, like, all of the hate that Meek Mill got from black folks, are you referring to the TL? Are you referring to all of the jokes that was made because he did the bunny hopping and shit like that?
That's what it sounds like.
Because if that's the case, cool. But then I would challenge you with the fact that it's not. It wasn't all black folks doing that. A lot of these hip hop pages are ran by Indians, Arabs, Hispanics, whites, and everybody had a hand in and messing with Meek. Now, is he right about how sometimes in our culture it seemed like we be so quick to hate? You're right about that. But not everybody is like that. Therefore, you can't say it. And guess who rule book that is, y'all? It's y'all rule book. And my thing is this, since
very true.
Since we talking about cultures, if you come out and say, you know, there's a Jewish person that owns every major network, all of the networks is owned by Jews. If you come out and say that, you're anti-Semitism. It's anti-Semitism. You know why? Because it implies that all Jews have money.
Yeah.
So even though what you're saying
Could have
about
a
the
factual
networks
piece.
being, you can look at all of the networks and the owners and see that they all Jewish. You can't say that because not all of them are Jewish. That's how I wrap back to the whole black on black hate thing. Since it's anti-Semitism when anybody speak about the part of y'all that you're uncomfortable talking about, you don't get to now talk about black culture and just blanket this is what I don't like about black on black hate. And then you want to pump yourself up and say, I like to help everybody professionally. I like to do this and that, XYZ. So you see, now you're like white-splaining.
Yeah.
I don't like that. You can say what you, and this is the thing, T. I'm not saying Michael Rubin is all the way wrong with what he's saying, but we playing by y'all rules. Because when niggas be saying stuff about your culture, a lot of times they be right. But since it's not everybody, y'all got a specific word for it. And that's all I'll say about that part of it. Furthermore, we all saw that clip that went around with you. And did you see that clip with him, Aiden Ross, and I think Robert Kraft?
No, I didn't.
There's a clip with Michael Rubin introducing, I believe it's Aiden Ross. Forgive me if it might have been another young white boy that's a streamer.
Yeah.
But he says, yo, Mr. Kraft, this is such and such. He's a streamer. He does great work. And guess what? Look, he's a Jewish kid. And Robert Kraft was like, oh, okay. Why did you add that detail? Why was it so important for you to tell him, oh, yeah, he's Jewish?
He's one of us.
Right?
Yeah, that's how I see it.
It'd
And that's
be
not even me
fucked
being
up.
offensive.
And that's the
me-
thing.
Me saying,
Like, okay, cool. Yeah, like,
that's
we
like me
can
saying, yo, this is Terrell. He does YouTube videos. Dope. Hey, look, he's a brother.
All right.
We
yeah,
all know what that means.
We know exactly what that means. Y'all know exactly what it means too. Except when people call y'all out for it, y'all want to hide your hand and act like there's no hidden, like, if you this, you can actually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make certain connections that other people can't. If we start being super critical about y'all culture, will it turn into us being anti-Semites, us being wrong? Because y'all like to open your mouth about us. And then the last thing I'll say about the Michael Rubin thing, and I'll leave it alone, is it made me think about all the black people that are in your life to where you feel comfortable to just start talking about the culture this way. he put out the little apology and was like somebody that I really look up to.
Somebody that I look up to reached out.
Yeah, and I just wonder who that was. Was it Jay? Was it? I don't know, bro. I really just don't really ride. I really just don't fuck with all of that. I just felt like it's kind of, he's very comfortable and it just seems performative sometimes. I could be completely wrong about him, but you having this party, you got all of these relationships with these celebrities and, hip hop artists, and he's done a lot for Meek. I wouldn't take it, you did a lot. It just sometimes seemed performative. And then with stuff like you talking about black on black hate and, he's a Jewish kid. Hey, look at this guy. He's one of us. It just feels like, okay, there's still a line drawn in the sand, even though we both on the same beach. You feel?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I had to say about that. I just don't talk about. Don't do that. Don't play by your rule book when you're talking about us. That's all I got.
I feel like, pretty much that. It's like, I think, what do you have to say about, because we could criticize him speaking on us all we want. We love to tell people don't talk about us if we can't talk about y'all, but that's dead in the water. What about some of the shit that...
Why is that dead in the water?
Because it seems like that's where it ends. It's like when you go back and forth with your girl and she say, you left dishes right here. She say, you left clothes in the laundry room, right?
Uh-huh.
Nope, neither of y'all are gonna get anywhere because now we just pointing at what we remember that happened similar to what is happening now. But
going back to what I was saying, I wasn't saying, y'all got an issue doing this. I wasn't saying it wasn't a.
But you're not. But
we
you're
do
saying,
this, but y'all do this. It's a. You're putting this big ass blanket out, making it seem like we have this big chronic issue based on some things you've seen about one of the artists that you're cool with. Now you want to get on a radio station, and now you feel like you can speak on.
And look,
a culture of black on black hate.
Why he shouldn't, but is that where it stops? You see what I'm saying? Like, we smack his hand for speaking out of term, but then we don't turn around and dish back the message. That's always been our issue, I feel like. We love to smack hands for speaking on us because why? Because we can't speak on y'all. Because when we speak on y'all, this happens to us. Because if we speak on y'all, this happens. Bet. Y'all are right about that. But that also doesn't change some truth that might have been said about our community because the same people that are mad at Rubin for what he said are some of the same people that was clowning Meek.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying?
That is
a
true.
lot of people, I think Meek's community 100% behind the Diddy shit, for sure. This isn't absolving Diddy from none of his bullshit, but because you was hanging with him, oh yeah, Diddy's the bid, and now so are you. Everything you do is a joke. He haven't helped himself out much, but him speaking on just not liking the fact that it seems like, damn, I don't like the fact that it seems like your community is hating on you. Then we come out and say, good motherfucker, your fucking mouth shut. And he says, oh, my bad, I just heard for some black folks. I shouldn't have said shit. Low key, all right, he says that.
Yeah.
And all right, so do we just leave it in the water? That's my thing. Like, we have a lot to say about how he shouldn't have said that, and it's true. But also, it's low-key embarrassing in a way that, damn, we're hearing just one perspective of millions that could literally be the same, where you see how he looks at black people, this black on black hate. He's talking about it like I've heard of this black on black hate. I mean, that judge, that Meek, obviously Meek is saying black on black hate, you want to know? Okay, so I was riding my dirt bike, and then he bring up the judge. You know what I mean? It just seems like
that's shade.
That shouldn't be, I mean, it's the true story.
But we don't know that that's the true story. And it doesn't give you the it's not even if...
I'm not, that wasn't shade.
You said I ride on my dirt. Shade.
The nigga literally got locked up for simply riding a dirt bike. That wasn't shade. That was the truth. I'm not saying he did something wrong. I'm going to say, I know you probably talking to Meek because you brought Meek's judge up. I'm not throwing shade at Meek.
Nah,
yeah. Maybe that did sound shady.
Nah, you're right. I forgot that it was just as simple as that. But T, remember, the reason why I say this day rule book, I'm not trying to play the, you talking about us, but y'all have these issues game. Nah, y'all rule book is we can't cast we can't speak about the things that we notice about y'all community that are issues.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that not everybody in y'all community have those issues. So if we playing by y'all rules, we also would like to not have blanket statements thrown out.
I don't not understand that. I get that. I was just talking about the other part of what he actually said. Do you want to speak any truth about that?
I think we do have an issue when it comes to hate, but I don't feel like it's a black issue when it comes to that. I feel like it's an issue that now everybody has co-opted. Like I said, it wasn't black folks tearing Meek down alone. It was everybody. All these different hip-hop pages, Arabs, Hispanics, white folks. So that's why I don't like you coming out in defense of Meek and attacking black hate on hate, because that's the thing, T. Everybody that's the thing about hip hop. It seems like everybody get to join in hip hop, but when shit go wrong, it's black culture. You know what I'm saying? Now it's us. It's us. This, but everybody's in it. It's almost like a nigga blaming the messiness of the whole beef thing. You know, it's black culture. They're just gonna hate. Hold up. There's a whole lot more elements, and that's all we saying. I'm not saying that what Michael Rubin is saying is wrong, and I said in the beginning, there is an element to our community that we have an issue when it comes to like hate, but I just don't like that big blanket statement.
I say this all the time. A-Train can tell you this. There's two perspectives, right? Neither of them are wrong, right? Sometimes I feel like we might get a little too carried away with our own perspective, and we don't just simply think about the other perspective because we get so tied into whose perspective is right and whose is wrong. And I say this all the time. Somebody else's perspective could literally just be that. It's not a right or wrong thing. If I don't know you and I think that you the type of nigga that would be, like I might see you and say, oh, look at this dirty ass nigga. He's a dirty nigga. His car's dirty. Nigga walking around with a whatever. It could be my perspective. I don't know you from nothing to eat for it for me to be right. I'm not right. It's my perception.
But you would understand if somebody was offended.
100%.
You have to own up to the fact that even though that was your perspective and you decided to voice it.
My thing. You are like still in the yard yelling at the neighbor right now. I'm asking you, when do you go back to the house and get shit together? Because yes, you are right about what he said. You are right about what you're saying about how he shouldn't speak that way. How, there's contradictions in what they don't like being said about them versus we. All I'm saying is, yeah, there's other people that are able to cosplay with these Twitter accounts and be a part of the culture, but like, we see a lot of people that's upset and coming to Meek's, not really Meek's defense, but everybody's coming to black culture's defense at what Michael Rubin said, but nobody really gave a fuck when Meek was going through what he went through. It was jokes. So it's like, we want to do all of the jokes and laugh and all of that. But then when we have another culture say, hey, black people, y'all was just doing this, we want to get upset and say, hold on, wait, all black people wasn't doing that, but
Terrence, yes,
we also was condoning it, though.
It's our conversation to have, not yours to start. When we tell y'all, but when we tell y'all issues in y'all community, they don't turn to each other and say, hold on, guys, but let's think about what the black people are saying. We do own things. They make sure that they check us for getting in their business the same way we check them.
I'll ask you this, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. When do we see them joking openly about their culture for us to just jump in?
Terrence,
can you make a page right now?
We have different issues. You're not going to see them joking, but they have issues people speak on that they make sure you don't put no blankets out because not all of us fit that mode.
But you talking about the fact that people are being able to come into the culture under fake profiles, acting like you whatever on these Twitter profiles, but there's an avenue, there's a door open for them to do that. You right now can't just make a page acting like you're from a different culture and just jump into the middle of their culture on the TL.
Yes, I can.
Like you can this culture. Like
that's true.
You could go in there, you could get in their conversations, but
anybody can make a fake page and be whoever they want to be.
How many of those conversations that they're having are conversations about like them joking about somebody and then you being able to just jump in, but be in their culture, You see what I'm saying? Like, we have a problem with the joke. I mean, we don't have a problem with the joke or the situation until somebody else pointed out. Then we got a problem that they pointed it out, and that's it.
But if you're talking about...
And then we try to act like we also care about the problem. Like you said, like black on black, the black on black hate. We hate it, but then we also condone it. Because you laughed at the jokes, right? You retweeted the tweets. Did you come out and say, yo, this ain't cool, or I'm not going to partake? A lot of people didn't. So that's why I'm saying with him having this perspective on our culture, I feel like sometimes we need to wear what we don't stop ourselves. We want to let the whole world, like you said, we want to let the whole world talk about a tweet that was a whole fake skit. But instead of us as a community shutting it down, we just condone it. Then when it's wildfire, we say, hey, come on. It's not all of us. But that's our perspective. That's the perception. You used to work in a store, Terrell. If it's people playing up in the front and your district manager walk in and they playing around up front, he turn around and leave. You can't say, oh, but they was working back in computers. They was working. Oh, you ain't walk over his perception is what he see. And at what point... Are you right? But at what point do we own the front of that store that they talk about?
The difference between that is you talk about somebody that works for somebody. Like my district manager, I would work for him. If he come in and see
but I'm only speaking on perception. If he come in and see people, I'm
just responding to you. If he come in and see people at the front playing around, right? It's in his jurisdiction to tell me motherfuckers at the front of your store are in here playing around. And yeah, if I say, well, what about computers? They working back there. First of all, that's, you know what I'm saying?
But what do you say about the fact that it's all of it's not about the boss?
Isn't about the issue. And yes, Jewish people don't be online joking on how one of them is whatever. But they have different issues that people have pointed out. And guess what? They have made it clear, and this is my only point. They make it clear that not everybody fits this we own everything XYZ agenda. They try to make sure nobody outside the culture can cast these big blanket statements at the culture that aren't true. And that's my thing. When you talk about people online messing with meat, yes, it was a lot of black folks making jokes. We talked about it. We got to own that. But we're not going to own it as black on black hate like this was a black people attacking Meek Mill situation. Yeah. Because it was not. It was in everybody, multiple cultures attacking Meek Mill situation. But like I said, hip hop being a black, being rooted in black culture, of course, you're making it a thing like that. And all we're doing, T, is not denying that we did it, but just making sure that we're not getting labeled with some shit that wasn't even all the way us.
I just feel like it was mostly us for the Meek thing. And you're right about the fact that there's other pages that'll come in and chime in. But I do think the bulk of them jokes was us. I think we live
Black Twitter, we run Twitter.
We live in a world now where if it's a bunch of another culture talking about us, we gonna know. We gonna come out in droves again. So like, look, put it like this. I love the WNBA, but the hardest thing now is the fact that like my TL now is not WNBA anymore. If you follow WNBA now, your TL is Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, and that's it. And low key, it's because that is what is the hot zone of the league. I can like what I want, but that's going to be on my TL. And look, if everybody's going what everybody's talking about, we can see. I don't remember seeing a bunch of different cultures speaking on Meek Mill because we have a habit of having people back when that happens. We was all
Terrence, hold on, wait. But what does that look like? Do you have to see a motherfucker with a damn Saudi Arabia flag and a profile picture that shows you that? Because you won't see that. But with hip hop, it's different. That's my
point. So you thought everybody that was telling jokes for real, was either black or acting black.
You're saying that. That's what you're saying. You're saying it's mostly us. It was us.
No.
And Michael Rubins.
You are saying that you said also that you felt like it was mostly us.
I feel like we participated, we did, and since we create a lot of the topics and shit that come for Twitter, I can't act like we didn't have a huge role in it. We did. But I can't also act like I didn't personally see people of a bunch of different cultures talking about the Meek situation to the point where, whoa, let's not... Okay, you can talk about the judge hating on Meek. You know what I'm saying? But let's not act like there's this big issue of black on black hate that you can speak on. You can't speak on that because what are you talking about? Be specific. That's all we calling you out for. You wanna say these big terms, like even when it comes down to like black on black crime, people kill people that they live next to. There's a reason why nobody says, shoo, the Asian on Asian crime over here is only this. You only hear the term black on black crime. You don't hear white on white crime. You don't hear Mexican on Mexican crime or Hispanic on Hispanic crime. It's just black on black crime because that's the easiest way to sell you an idea about a people.
Yeah.
Right? Say what you want about some of our major cities where we have crime, but think about it, T. If you have to take that away, if you have to stop explaining the crime by race, then you got to talk about the system. And that's where y'all don't want to talk about it because...
But this is my thing.
I would tell a Michael Rubin...
At what point are you just like broken then? Your community is fucked. At what point, if I'm Michael Rubin, do I just do this and say, okay, fuck y'all then?
We didn't ask you.
We didn't ask you. Terrell, but my thing is this. If we're going to get above what you're talking about, I feel like you don't want to get to the point where we turn around and fix ourselves. You only want to talk about how everything is stacked against you. That's what you sound like right now.
That's not what I'm
You
I'm not
talking
trying to say
about
that.
how Michael Rubin shouldn't say shit about the community because we can't say shit about y'all. You shouldn't talk about how we act in the community because there's other people who do it too. And you shouldn't talk about it systemically because systemically we're not. There's no argument.
You're misconstruing everything I'm saying. I'm not just saying it like that.
But
you leaving a lot of context that I'm putting in some of these. You just making it seem like I'm saying, oh, y'all do it, we do it. I'm not saying that at all.
My thing is this: you can't have a conversation about the other side of it. It just sounds like we just want to sit here. That's what I'm sick of doing, y'all. Do y'all know that I am so sick of us talking about how we can't be better than what we've been because of what we've been through?
Well, Terrence,
I feel like this motherfucker want to get up there and talk about black on black hate. We should smack his hand and then we should actually try to fix this shit. Because didn't we do it? Didn't we do it?
The point of the whole shit with the Meek shit is that it wasn't this big, let's all black people jump at Meek. It was literally the whole world.
I feel like if Crew...
multiple cultures.
For real, if Crew and
so,
another boy was outside playing around and somebody said it looked like they was doing something and they weren't, but you could see how it would look like that, you wouldn't just criticize this dude for how he talked to Crew and leave it at that. You would turn back to Crew and his friend and tell them, hey, look, it looked like y'all was doing this. So going forward, this would happen. But that's the part that I'm telling you we never get to. And that's why I feel like, how are we going to be upset at somebody's perception of us if we don't give a fuck about it?
Terrence, we take your example like you just said. It looked like y'all was doing such and such. You're basically taking what Michael Rubin said, and as opposed to him being off,
we know he's off. We said he was off.
You want us to talk about what he's trying to put on us, on the community.
No, I don't. I want to talk about why that's his perception and how we could fix it. But we can never get there, y'all. I'm keeping it a
Nah,
stack.
let's talk about that.
No, you don't want to.
We
can't because, like you said, they don't want to have this systemic conversation. And I'm not saying there's not a conversation to be had, but if we can't talk to him like Charlemagne, I feel like that was your opportunity because he knows a lot. That's his opportunity and I didn't see the whole interview, believe it or not, so I don't know what he ended up saying. But I feel like that would be the opportunity to talk about the system you talk about, or, that's the opportunity to talk about what black on black hate is and why you're talking about that. Not just getting your opinion, but I feel like now that we're upset about it and we done smacked his hand or whatever, it's like, damn, y'all. This is somebody that thinks that about our community in whole, right? How many more people think like that? And like, what are we doing to continue that? Because like, I'm going to keep it a stack. It's some bullshit going on. And we don't like to talk about it. You see Sexy Red new lip gloss line?
What does it have to do with black on black hate? Let's stay here. Because you see, this is what black folks like to do. We like to take these white talking points.
How was Sexy Red's new lip gloss a white talking point?
No. I'm talking about Michael Rubin's take. We like to take when white people or when somebody criticize the culture.
What Steve Harvey did.
Now we want to start looking at think we talking about black on black hate. Don't start. We gonna talk about sexy red.
Because is that not a thing,
But
Terrell?
T, that has. Well, hold on, wait. Stay on purpose.
That's my thing.
Stay on purpose though, because we're not talking about sexy red is a whole different thing. That has nothing to do with black on black hate or the idea that there is this big issue of that you're talking about. Bet. So let's talk about that. And it should have nothing to do with the things you're not happy about with the community. It should be about this big issue of black on black hate. Terrence, let's hear it.
But I can't talk about.
You can't talk about things that don't have anything to do with black on black hate. Talk about what Michael Rubin wants you to talk about. That's what you're saying. You want to talk about it.
Only reason why I brought sexy red lip gloss up is because I'm like, yo, we are seeing our community. You know, you tell me this. Maybe I'm lost and sexy red has all white fans. But I feel like Sexy Red is coming out with a lip gloss called Gonorrhea. You got a lip gloss called Booty Hole Brown or some shit. Who's buying that? And my thing is, if we've gotten to a point now where we are showing that we're interested in something like that, do we care about what our perception is to the motherfuckers at the top? Like, that's my thing.
So, T, what does that have to do with him talking about black on black hate?
Because I feel like his perception isn't controlled by himself. It's controlled by what he sees from us. But we never want to talk about what we're displaying. We only want to talk about how he shouldn't have his opinion because, hey, there's a point to this. Hey, you got your opinion, but don't forget, we got this stacked against us, and that stacked against us. You're not wrong. But goddamn, it be feeling like we've been saying the same thing for 55, 65 years now, and it don't seem like, Terrell, I'm sorry, it don't seem like we're improving. All I'm saying. Somebody who says, what about this black on black hate? It seems like everybody's calling Meek gay, and I didn't think he was gay at all. He's not seeing it from other communities. He's seeing it from our community. So my thing is like, it's not that he's right. It's just that, damn, you know what? When I remember when that was going on and it was jokes, and it's like he's gonna have that perception because we treat situations like that like it's jokes.
And like I said,
and you don't.
if
There's a black.
you're saying, oh, he's not seeing it from other communities, okay.
I'm talking about the Meek situation.
Okay, with the Meek situation, right? Where it seemed like everybody's calling Meek gay. All I'm seeing is, all you're saying that all Michael Rubin is seeing is a bunch of black people telling Meek he's gay. He doesn't see any of the other pages out there.
But you also are telling me that there's other pages cosplaying, trying to be black.
Not even all cosplaying. You got some niggas that are very visibly not black. Because everybody was in a conversation. So this my thing.
You know who was the main.
This
we know
my
we
thing,
was up there. We was telling them jokes. We got them off.
But but we know y'all own most of the companies.
Yeah.
It's mostly y'all up there. Come on, y'all. We know it's mostly us.
Yeah.
But y'all will not let somebody cast a big ass blanket and say y'all own everything. Why? Because you're protecting the truth. And that's all we're doing is protecting the fact that, yo, you're seeing things like this, but let us just let you know that that's not even the case, number one. Number two, you have no jurisdiction to speak on it. The same way.
But look, we already know
it's
that.
The same.
We said, okay,
and it's
cool.
not
But he walked off already. You're saying that to your... You're saying
you're
that
now
to
turning
me,
around saying we need to...
He walked off. He knows that he done said us. He said, I apologize. I spoke out of turn. I got my hand slapped. Look, now that he gone... You can't change the topic that he shouldn't have said what he said. Oh, why would he say that about us?
So let me ask you.
Why he say that about us though? Why don't we don't want to try to fix that part? No.
So let me ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you a question. Let's say he comes out and says black people own everything, right? Black people own everything. They own all of the companies out here. We say, no, the fuck we do not. Why the fuck would you say that?
Yeah.
Then I turn around and say, all right, y'all, let's talk about why we own everything. Why are we talking about this issue?
That don't sound like an issue.
What he said isn't true. Because this motherfucker is saying the black on black hate. You're saying, fuck you, we ain't black on black hate. Now let's talk about our black on black hate issue.
Terrell, no,
Hold
man,
up.
no, man.
That's what you doing.
I'm not. I'm saying, look, it's not about what's right and what's wrong. I'm telling you, when I tell you, I say this all the time. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about there's two perspectives. Both of them are valid. Perspectives need what? Clearing up.
Terrence, hold on, wait. So you're saying Michael Rubins' perspective that there's this big issue with black on black hate is a valid perspective? That's what you're saying?
Only because
You're saying based on what he sees from the Meek shit and some shit on Twitter that he has a valid perspective that there's a black on black hate issue, even though it was multiple cultures involved in this whole shit.
Look,
that's what you're saying. You're saying his perspective is valid.
I only mean valid in a sense where everyone is entitled to a perception. Everybody, I keep mixing those two words up. I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody is entitled to a perspective. You just can't run with a perspective. Think about it. How many times, Terrell, have you not liked a dude till you met him? You had a perspective. You weren't able to say, fuck him, I'm not giving him a job. You just felt the way, but you never ran with it. Michael Rubin didn't get up there and do nothing but talk about his perspective. And when he was wrong, he admitted, I'll probably get killed for this. Got killed for it, came out and apologized. He ain't doing what the dude that played for the Chiefs is doing and doubling down and saying, I'm starting a whole fucking, you know what I mean?
So, T, cool, but you're
is,
now saying we need to, even though he came out and apologized, you still think we need to talk about what he said like we actually have this issue.
Terrell, you know what's fucked up? This is the only reason why I'm saying that, y'all. Because I feel like we can all admit we do have a black on black hate issue. How many people did you see online that said, you know what, I don't like the fact that Michael Rubin said that, but goddamn, he wasn't wrong in what he said. And you saying that, and I agree.
I agree that some of what he said is right, but you're not allowed to cast these big
Terrell,
ass blankets.
okay. He's not allowed.
Like we have this big chronic issue.
He's gone, bro.
Terrence, nah.
Hold up.
You want us to focus on his issue, though.
You're Cobb from Black. We can be Cobb from Shutter Island sometimes. You don't get it.
Nah, Terrence, no, because that nigga was completely wrong.
You still think they after me.
Terrence, no.
You're
not
gonna
make it seem like black folks are Cobb. No, because that would mean this motherfucker's right and we're wrong.
No, he ain't right. He gone.
No.
He ain't right. He gone.
You're
Remember the dude he was worried about?
Him here.
Remember,
he's gone. You're right. You're trying to
Do you remember Shutter Island, the nigga, the dude he was so worried about in the prison cell, and he ended up you beat his ass. You beat his ass. He is terrified of you. But you still think he's an issue and you not paying attention.
This is not a good example.
Terrell, it is. Look, you're literally Cobb. You literally think that that you're a detective and that there's more that there's to this case.
That's
that you don't get.
That's you.
Terrell, no, I'm not.
Terrence, because if we Cobb,
it's time for us to move forward. Let's move past it. You know what I sound like?
You want us to move past it, but you still want us to have a conversation about this black on black hate thing that's based on his thoughts about me.
No, you don't get it. I want to move past the fact that Michael Rubin was wrong. We already know that. You are right.
What do you want to talk about now?
Now I want to talk about the fact that he said that and how damn.
Oh, I thought he was gone.
Terrell.
So why are we talking about
him? Understand?
Terrence, you don't get it. You're Cobb. You're Cobb. You are Andrew Latis.
I feel like this is a good combo. This is a good combo because this is going to be a lot of our community that feels this way and this way. Because we really agree. We really agree.
We agree on what?
We agree on the middle, but we always split off at the ends. Me and Terrell agree. Me and Terrell like that neighbor. We both can cut. Look, you know how you share the grass line with your neighbor? We both don't know what our line is. And think, bro, we are on the same path. We agree. You are stuck on trying to smack Michael Rubin's hand. And you don't want to speak on or stay on long the topic at which Michael Rubin was speaking on because it's a sensitive one. Like you admitted, it's cool. But the bad thing is, if we don't want people to have this perception, smacking their hands for talking about us won't do anything but make them stop talking. But they will always think about us the same way if we don't actually try to fix what they see. Because guess what happens when they see us?
Terrence, please.
That low-key was a bar.
It wasn't. Because if you really want to have a conversation about black on black hate, we're going to end up talking about y'all community anyway. But y'all won't like if the conversation get that far.
But look,
so what are we talking about, Terrence?
And that's the thing.
We shouldn't be talking about these motherfuckers. We should smack their motherfucking hand and send them on their way.
And we did that.
The same way
he's gone.
They do anybody that speak on them. They slap their hands, send them away, cancel them. They can't even say shit again. Do they go in their room and say, you know what, guys, we own too much stuff. We got to stop this or they're going to keep saying that. No, they just go back to owning everything and say, fuck it.
But you can't.
We're not going to start a conversation.
Somebody saying that there's a black on black hate crime
And then you wrong.
is not the same as saying y'all own everything.
He didn't like the fact that people were talking about little baby. Oh, people saying babies. He's not have a gay bone in his body. Oh, but so that was a black hate thing. It was only black people calling little baby gay.
Terrell,
Or was it
no.
everybody?
Terrell, we
and that
get it.
is the issue, T.
But
It has
look,
nothing.
but we
we're
get
not,
that.
But T.
But we get
But
it.
T,
At
we're-
what point do you
but T,
understand we get it?
But T,
like I just told
we
you,
don't now
I'm
have
not
to-
confused about that.
But
You don't
T,
want to talk about the
you
other
are
side
confused
of it.
about it because
Eh.
we don't now have to start a whole Terrence. Think about it. If it was only black people hating on baby, me and you can start that conversation. It was not. It was everybody. But you still want to have the black conversation like we hated on baby like that.
Terrell, the bad
Hold
thing
up,
is,
no. We're not
didn't
going to
say
now
any-
have a conversation based on this motherfucker's blanket statement that was wrong.
But in one breath, you saying that the blanket statement had truth to it, and I'm saying why we can't speak
because
to
we are
that truth.
participants in it, but you can't say, "Oh, this is a
Terrell,
black community." Hold
it's
up,
a crazy. To me, it's crazy.
you can't do that.
It's crazy to me for us to be able to say that there's truth in what you're saying, but we can't speak on that truth because we have to talk about only why you can't say it. You
Ask
can't.
these motherfuckers why the rules are written that way. They made the rule book. I'm following y'all rules. I said it from the beginning. Terrence, is that not they rules?
You would lose every story mode that you ever play with that type of mentality, and then maybe that's why we've been losing.
What are you talking about?
You're like, you don't want to really play their game, but you're saying
I'm
they
legit
created
playing
the
their
rules.
game, Terrence. You're falling for the okie doke. You're the
I'm
nigga.
not
They're
falling
telling you
for anything,
You're
Terrell.
falling for the puppet,
We
and
said-
you're
Terrell,
not looking at the hand.
Think about it. We said he's wrong for what he's doing. He should not say that. Don't talk about us.
Tell me what he was wrong about.
motherfucker.
Let's walk back. I just need to understand how you think.
He's-
Michael Rubins says that the black community has so much hate.
He
They
put a-
said Baby was gay. They said Meek's gay. We found out.
I don't like this black on back hate that I hear about.
educate you on the fact. I educate you, Michael Rubin, and you, because I guess you didn't know. I educate you on the fact that it wasn't black people bullying
Terrell,
Meek
I did know
and bullying
that.
Baby. It
I
was
did know
everybody.
that. I
Cool.
did know that.
So,
I never said that.
He said some shit that was inaccurate. He got checked. He apologized. You still want to have the conversation about his inaccuracy.
Terrell, he was inaccurate to a point, but for the most part,
And that's where you want me to give it to you.
For the most part,
And
Terrell,
normally I would, but I won't.
Terrell, for the most part, you don't want to admit that it was mainly black people going at Meek.
Terrence,
Maybe not. It's not mainly black people with hate. It's not. Everybody hate each other. It's hate everywhere. I know that. But I'm talking about him speaking on Meek. You know what, Terrell? I'm only speaking like this, y'all, because I'm not on some coon shit or trying to be on some against us shit. I'm more so tired of us having this conversation amongst each other without us kind of saying, all right, y'all, when we was telling them jokes, I remember saying, damn, we running with the Meek is gay thing because of the Diddy
I remember.
thing, and y'all ran with Meek. Y'all ran with no Diddy. Oh, no Diddy. No one gave a F about the domestic violence. All y'all cared about was getting off gay jokes. And I saw that primarily from my community. And that's everybody who's skin brown. Everybody included. I'm sorry.
hold on,
Everybody
Terrence. What
black,
are you
right?
talking about? You see, this is the shit that you
No,
do.
look, because we said
Because what are you talking about?
Because remember what we said.
But Terrence, okay, so you
everybody's
saw
black now, remember?
You saw, okay, you talking about the no Diddy shit.
So when
nobody
I say
care
from
about
my
the
community, Terrell, when I say from my community, I'm not only talking about U.S. blacks. I'm saying
all of us black.
all
Right.
of us were. Those were the
So
people
crazy.
that I saw getting on Meek, and it's nothing wrong with
So
that.
are you saying that it was only us, or is that all you saw?
Well, that's my perspective.
So are you
So-
also aware that there were multiple cultures involved in that?
Terrell, oh my God, yes. But the point I'm trying to make is, damn, since our culture is primarily in the front, we are gonna wear
Whatever everybody else under our umbrella
because, like you said, they cosplay like they us. They not coming
and it's
out
not.
like.
But
They not
I
coming
never
out.
said they. That was your word. I never used cosplay.
Okay, not
I said
cosplay, but they-
hip hop. Everybody gets to speak on hip hop, but when we start talking about problems in hip hop, it becomes a black thing. Even though most of these hip hop fans are white.
Okay,
so it might have
so-
been mostly white people
But that's-
talking about
but-
me.
but you
ever
see,
thought about that?
You're making a good point towards literally what I'm saying about how we can fix the narrative and perspectives.
Okay, bet.
Because like I always say, your perspective is not in your control. It's not your fault for your perspective.
But it can
Perspective. My bad. I don't
be.
know.
Your perspective can be wrong, and you can be wrong about your
Terrell, but look,
perception.
he said he was wrong. He already said, "Damn, okay, I'm wrong." You got somebody that's saying,
Right, you
I
were
feel
wrong.
like this black
Bet.
and black on black hate crime is a bad thing. Y'all want to smack him and tell him shut the fuck up, never speak on it again. When really he's
they do.
only speaking on his perspective more so than he's trying to
But
shit
T-
on us as a people. That's why I'm saying.
And when I speak on
okay,
my
we can
perspective-
speak on why he's speaking like that.
So if I speak on my perspective of
Yeah.
of what I see in terms of ownership in Jewish people,
yeah,
and that being my perspective, because that's what I see.
yeah.
They slap my hand, tell me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They move on. They
They
don't
don't-
have a conversation about how they
Terrell,
own
it's
everything.
not the fucking same. Them owning everything isn't the same as black on black hate. This is the only reason why we can speak on what he
I
said.
said our issues were different,
But okay, bet. But the reason
or
why
perceived issues.
Okay, well, guess what? We don't need to all get together and talk about how we own everything. What the fuck do we need to talk about? It's not holding us back owning everything.
But Tino, we
But
talking
if we
about
got something-
but the world thinks that, so we need to have a conversation
Bro,
about
the world
it, right?
the world don't.
His perspective.
The world doesn't think that a certain community owning everything is holding them back.
They do, which is why they have a whole word for it.
No, they do
Terrence,
not.
they got a whole word. Anti-Semitism is made
no,
to
they do, but
protect
like,
them
look,
from people thinking they own
Here's my
everything.
thing. Is that an issue or
Yes.
a good thing? Oh, Terrell, imagine black people owned everything.
But
Would
imagine
we as black people see that as a bad thing? No.
it would be
What?
a bad thing if people said that about Terrence. You don't understand anti-Semitism then. You just
No,
don't get
I'm
it.
not talking about that. I'm saying me and you are talking about, like you said, we are supposed to turn around and talk about our perspective. Oh my God, I'm ruining these words.
What two words are you mixing up? Perspective and what? Perception.
I keep thinking I'm saying the wrong word. We supposed to be able to talk about our perspective because we see truth in what was said about us. That's what you're not seeing. They don't see truth in they own everything. They just think you just throwing a blanket statement that is not true.
Oh, you don't think they see that they own everything?
Even if they did, is that a detriment or is that a benefit? You would,
Terrence, you got to stop thinking about the people that actually own anything and think about the Jewish people that don't own everything, but you get stuck with that moniker.
yeah, but look at
That's
what's
an issue
but
for
look
them.
But this is what I see also. You brought up the Aiden Ross shit where he's in the room with a rich Jewish person and he says, hey, this is a Jewish kid. So we see that even if you don't yourself as a whatever benefit from that, we can see the alignment of where you might be able to. The same way we can say, oh, you are Kappa. Well, the owner of this he Ford that I applied to is Kappa. So you're getting the job over me. Am I being offensive to the Kappas by just thinking that? No, because we're able to see.
But
oh,
imagine if you spoke on that and you got canceled.
Terrell, look, I'm not.
And you got called
I'm
a
that is-
specific word.
I agree that that's bullshit. I am not against what you're saying. I'm just saying with our situation, the reason why you asked me why I'm turning it back and trying to have a conversation amongst us in our crib is because, damn, I think some of us can agree with what he was saying. Some of us see truth in what he was saying, but like, we can't just only see the truth in what he's saying and leave it at that, because guess what? That's just gonna always be that's gonna be our truth. You know? If we don't want that to be our truth, then we
So-
should change it. But and I
Okay,
know
bet.
how hard that is.
Hold on, wait, T. So let's stick where you are, because this is where you just we're gonna stick with you. We gotta change it. We see truth. You like the nigga that when the person get up there and says, "Oh my God, Chicago's so bad. This black on black crime." You say, "Oh gosh," even though
No,
what
I'm
he
not,
just said. Hold on,
Terrell.
T. Even though what he said is completely separate from whatever the point we trying to make. You're the person that says, yeah, guys, he might have been wrong out of line, but I mean, he's not wrong. Bet. So, let's talk about it.
I'm not doing that in front of him, so I'm not Uncle Tom, and you can't say Uncle Tom.
I've never said that. I never said that. But we have both been in the room where a black person says Black Lives Matter when we stop killing each other.
Terrell, you ain't Harriet.
Ted, but do you remember that?
Terrell, you ain't Harriet.
I
would be Harriet. You're not Harriet.
Terrence, you would not be Harriet. I don't think y'all understand how raw Harriet really was.
Terrell, you ain't Harriet. You know why? Because
Terrence,
Harriet was trying to get her people together, Jala.
If you're going to make a joke about Harriet, I'm not with you.
It's not a joke. Harriet was
bet.
trying to get her people together. It's not just about, oh, but what about the white man type
You're
shit.
doing that. I'm not doing that.
I'm trying to help
Terrence,
us out so we don't have that perspective.
So, no, T, hold on, wait. So, question for you. We're going to stick with what you said, and we're going to move on because we still got to talk about Tyler. Black on black hate. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about black on black hate.
Okay, yeah.
Bet. So we have an issue where it comes to the fact that sometimes it does seem like we got this crabs in the barrel mentality.
He patronizing you.
I'm not.
That's what
I'm
you
not.
call that, right?
I'm not. No, it's not. It's not. We have a crabs in the barrel mentality sometimes. Sometimes it seems like the one that hate on you look like, remember Jay-Z looked like you. He wasn't lying. Sometimes your biggest enemy be another brother. It could be you at work. You could be only one of 3 black folks at work. I know some black people that listen to this podcast. Hold on, wait. Let me get this off. Fuck this nigga. Y'all, remember y'all said, whenever I'm trying to explain some shit.
No, I feel like you playing with me because now you're doing like a...
Terrence, I'm not. No.
Now you're talking about like this why.
Terrence, no. I promise I'm not patronizing you. I promise you I'm not.
Well, that's what it feels like.
I'm talking about these issues that we have.
Because, okay, like I know the issues you're talking about, so you don't have to do this because it feels like...
Let me get
this. Not what you wanted to do. You didn't want to talk about these issues, and now you like
no. But we're here. This is what we're talking about.
No, it ain't.
We are.
No, we're not.
Terrence, we talking about the black on black hate.
Go ahead. I didn't say we need to talk.
My question to you is, in these situations, right? Because you said we spend too much time talking about the other side and not talking about the fact, and you said a lot of people found the truth in it.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is the root cause of black on black hate? What do you think is the root cause of it? I mean, like, why do we have this issue?
Terrell, I know that we have a systemic issue.
Let's just talk about it. Why are you trying to, like, make it seem like I'm trying to make a point?
Because
let's just have a conversation. This is what you wanted.
There is a point that you're trying to make.
We're just having a convo.
I'm not afraid to talk about the powers that be, you idiot. It's not
Terrence,
me.
You are trying to search for. This is why you would fail the story mode.
No, you're
because
not
you think
getting
you
it.
got
You're
it.
not
You
getting
don't
it.
have
Terrell,
it.
You think you're talking to a room full of them and you're talking to us. You're not talking to, you're talking to me.
T, I already bet. So what's the root cause?
You know the root cause of why we have black on black hate. It stems from the way we was brought here, the way that we live here, the way the system is put against us. We can talk about why we are fucked up and talk also about why we should fix why we're fucked up. We only want to talk about sometimes why.
Because, and this is the thing that I had, this is the issue that I had with niggas like you. And we just talked about the YG shit, right? YG get all of the fruit, whatever, these Pyrus and then these people, the tree point, whatever. Forgive me if I'm fucking up y'all sets. They get all together and we doing a walk, right?
That's enough.
Is that gonna inspire change, or is it an act in a moment? Because in order for us to change black on black hate, black on black crime, shit, while we here, we might as well have the real combo. In order for us to change that, there has to be systemic changes. Think about it. What do people of all races and colors that commit crime have in common, Terrence?
I really was not trying to
go
here.
Okay,
I
quick
really
question.
wasn't trying to go here.
I thought this was what you wanted to talk about the entire time.
I've been telling you it's not.
So what is it that you want to talk about? When I was trying to talk about Michael Rubin, you said we should be talking about something else.
No, I didn't. I let you finish the Michael Rubin thing. That's what you don't get.
But T, you just said...
I let you finish what you were saying about Michael Rubin. I said, do you want to speak on anything that he said and how there's truth in that?
Okay, yeah, we talking about the truth.
No, you trying to talk about black on black crime and how it's systemic and how we've been oppressed and all of this shit that's the reason for it. That's not what I'm trying to talk about.
Okay, so what was it?
We talking about the fact that it was mainly black people making the gay jokes about Diddy and Meek. That was our movement. That was our train that we was at the front of. Yes, it was other cultures on it, but guess what? We thought it was jokes.
So what do you think is the
you know what's the root cause?
the root cause of this
I'll
hate
tell
on
you.
hate issue we have?
We love to make a joke and let everybody laugh. Then we got a problem when another motherfucker tell the same joke. We want to tell a joke and let everybody laugh. Everybody retweet. Everybody gets to, because I want my engagement up. So we don't keep it in the culture. We tell the joke for every other culture to enjoy. But then we got a problem when we see them laughing. Or when we see them say that, hey, this was a joke. And they were the reason for it being a joke. My thing is, damn, maybe we need to stop on a TL. We love to make a joke and let everybody laugh. Then we got a problem when another motherfucker tell the same joke. We want to tell a joke and let everybody laugh. Everybody retweet. Everybody gets to, because I want my engagement up. So we don't keep it in the culture. We tell the joke for every other culture to enjoy. But then we got a problem when we see them laughing. Telling jokes and letting everybody be a part of it. When we see those other people jumping in, maybe we should be like, yo, this ain't for you. Or maybe certain jokes about or within our culture should start to be gatekept and put in a place where only we can tell it. Kind of like some of these other cultures do. We put the jokes and the funny shit and we want to put all of the narratives and all of that out there for everybody else to consume because we want to go viral or we want as many clicks or whatever. But then we want to get upset when it reaches the national level. The girl that told, what's her name? Oh, that was just a skit. So you acted like you was with a man who didn't care about you. Y'all talking about, see, this is why black men this is why black women this. Now we having a black woman, black man combo that's gone global because you wanted clicks. That is where we start to fix the perspective that other people have by us not allowing clownery bullshit like that because we be taking entertainment to a deep level. And my thing is, we took the Meek entertainment of calling Meek gay and oh, Meek's gay, and Michael Rubin, oh, you saw him making them bunny hop? Michael Rubin was probably doing this. Michael Rubin was probably seeing that direct because the jokes was low-key on him too.
So question, okay.
So my thing is like, yo, fuck Michael Rubin. Like, he's outside of the issue. He's one of millions who could think the same but not say anything.
I just feel like the issue that you speaking of.
Are you cool with that perception? Are you cool
What?
with our perception being that? What Michael Rubin said.
I don't think it. No, I think
You're not, right?
You have a skewed perception of what
So,
you think is
okay, bet.
black
So how do
culture
you
when it's
fix-
not black culture. It's social media culture.
So how do you fix that? You.
Smack this motherfucker over the hand.
Terrell, no, he ain't ever
and
gonna
let
say it,
him
but
know
he's not gonna say
that
it.
it's not that.
Terrell, how do you let him know that?
They just did it. He apologized.
Okay.
We don't now have to have this fake ass
didn't
black on black
apologize.
hate conversation.
So he didn't apologize for what he thought. He apologized for saying it. That's the thing.
And that's just the reality of the world that we
He
live in.
didn't apologize for what he thought. He apologized that he said it and y'all were offended. But guess what? He still think that. So my thing is this. How do you fix that?
Terrence, we can't change the way these motherfuckers think.
Yes,
we
you
haven't been able to
can,
change the way
dude.
these motherfuckers think for 400 years. They
We
still
not-
gonna lock
Terrell,
their car
but
door
this
when
my
your
thing.
black ass walk up.
But we
How
not
do you
talking
change
about
that?
light nigga, dark nigga, black nigga, real nigga. We not talking about you being still
But we talking about
nigga
mindset.
in their eyes. In their eyes.
'Cause
We
you
talking
asking me-
about what are we displaying? What are we showing the world that we are?
So,
and if we don't want the world to think that, what can we do to hold us in a more private area where if we want to be this way, we should be able to be that way without being judged, especially since we know they judging. I feel like that's just a better strategy.
Damn, yeah, you know what? What we gonna do about this black on black hate thing we got going with Drake?
The fuck is he talking about?
Well, Drake getting it. Drake is probably the you know, we had a Meek situation. Now, you know, post Kendrick beef, Drake getting his back kicked in. What we gonna do about the black on black hate?
What you mean?
What are we gonna do about the black on black hate that we're experiencing on the TL
I gotta give it
with
another
everybody clowning Drake right now, right?
Well, it's like I just told you.
What do we do about it? It's black on black
it-
hate. It's crazy, right? Or are you gonna say, it's not just black people fucking with Drake, even though, look, Kendrick started the conversation. He's black. Cool. But You very clearly can see online that it's not a black people versus Drake thing. It's an everybody versus Drake thing. So we don't even need to have a conversation about black people versus this hate against Drizzy because it's not even a thing. Your TL is full of niggas like mine because we are black. That don't mean there's this, just because your TL validates it. Again, there are more white hip hop fans than black at this point. There's more white people that probably made jokes about Meek than us, statistically. So all I've said this entire time
I don't agree with
is that it's not this big.
I don't agree with that.
I do agree that we have an issue in our culture.
It was more white people that told jokes about Meek than us. I think we was in front of that because they were actually, no offense, they were funny ass jokes. Like it went viral and shit went crazy because we do. That's what we do. Black Twitter is Black Twitter. And now you want to try to say that Black Twitter really ain't Black Twitter. It's just a bunch of white pages that's acting black. And
no, I'm not saying
they the ones that told them jokes.
I'm not saying it, but I'm saying we don't outnumber. Like, in order for you to make it a black one, but we got to move on because we got to get to Tyler. We already over an hour. But
I think it's a good. Hey, look.
I think it's a good conversation, though, just because of the fact that there is duality. Create good combos. We can sit up here and say, oh, yeah, this was cool, all day.
Cool.
But I do think, though, like you saying, we don't, the statement that the conversation that you trying to argue, or this idea you trying to argue where it's us, I just don't agree that the specific situation he talking about is one where we now need to start taking a different black conversation that needs to be had with black folks. And now we got to have a conversation because this motherfucker was wrong? No.
True.
Because it's not even that.
I get that. And then, like I said, I'll end it by saying this. This is my best example. Kendrick got, all different types of races walking around with not like us, playing. They got, they literally have, I thought if there was an Asian couple that got married, they coming out to They Not Like Us. This is an example, and even though it was a black song, y'all,
people,
even though it was a song that was obviously a black song, we allowed it to spread wings like that, and it's gone now. That's why it's like.
But see, people will say that Not Like Us was about us not being PDF files
no, it
like
was
that.
Not. We were not saying They Not Like Us, and the they was PDF files.
It wasn't because
it was not.
Listen to the third verse.
There's no way you could tell me that They Not Like Us. We saying They Not Like Us. They Not Like Us. And we talking about pedophiles?
Once upon a time, all of us was enslaved. The homie still down calling us some slaves.
It's a black song. So my thing is this, Terrell. You got Asian, white, Spanish. They saying, little homie double down, still calling us some slaves. And we singing it word for word with them, right? Then we all go home, right? They look at that shit different than us. So my thing is this. Let's say we say, hey, when Kendrick say y'all not like us, he not talking about, you know what I'm saying, you. He's talking about us. We could slap people's hand for wearing a dashiki. We could smack people's hand for speaking black. Oh, you talking black, but you're not even from black. You just talking that way. We can do that all day, but we never turn around and think about why they think that that's how we are. There's no fix for that. Do you know what the fix for Kendrick is? Kendrick can literally say, this is for my people. We as black people can literally put down content and not fuck with things we see of other races saying they not like us. We can say, this is whack, this wasn't for you. But everything, they with us. And then when they
got open
pack
door
their
policy
bags and go back to their crib, we be feeling like, damn, what happened? Because we let everybody get a piece of this. Then we turn around and get mad when it's our image to own. We let everybody come to our party. Then we get mad when the police show up and say, who the fuck party is this? And everybody says, the black dude.
And you're saying, come on, niggas, it was us. It's our culture.
Terrell, no,
Let's
I'm
get
not.
locked up.
I'm saying,
that's what
why
you're saying.
Are we the ones that get looked at this way, and how do we
Nigga made
keep
my point.
ourselves from being the person that's so easily pointed at? Because guess what? If we knew you was gonna point at us when the feds came in, you wouldn't have been invited. That's the key.
Terrence, no. The
Don't
example you
invite
just-
these dudes or these cultures or whatever it is.
So since y'all
If we
invited
gonna
them,
wear Terrell, it ain't a so sense. You keep talking
your
about the one, I'm
example
talking
just
about the
now
next.
was actually perfect.
You talking about that?
You said-
I'm talking about this.
No, T. What you just said was perfect. And I guess I'll just respond and we'll leave it to the people in the comments.
We'll leave it.
I feel like you saying what you saying about how it's like we all at the same place, but we threw the party, but everybody's here. We all understand now that though hip hop is rooted in black culture, started with black Americans, it is ours. It is our thing. Whenever something goes wrong, it becomes a black issue. But one thing we know is that though we started this shit, it is no longer just us. We got rappers of different ethnicities. We got hip hop Twitter pages of different ethnicities.
But what is it, Terrell? It's black
The
culture.
community is filled with a bunch of people. So if somebody comes out and says, black folks have this issue, my only thing is, it is our job, and I don't think we do this enough, of slapping motherfuckers' wrists.
I don't think we
I
slap
don't think we
wrists
do it enough
either.
I don't think we slap wrists enough. And we're not gonna just go to, like, if the police come, we throwing a house party, but it's everybody here. We're not gonna just let them lock up all the black folks and say, yeah, this black shit gotta go.
Okay, bet. But
We're not gonna say, oh, well,
but,
we started the party, let's go. I'm gonna say, nah, before you try to do that, look at all these motherfuckers here.
Who threw the party?
Terrence, okay, so only the black folks should go to jail?
No. But
And we all
do
in
we
here.
take any responsibility for opening our doors to people who called the cops?
No, you-
That's what you not getting. Okay, you right. They shouldn't come. Because look, they gonna call the cops. They not one of us. They not like us. Well, why do we let them be with us? We do that.
That is an issue.
They not like us, but they
T-
can sit with us, and then they can get the fuck up and say they was never with us.
And I agree with you, but as opposed to us having a conversation about the door we had open, you was ready to have the conversation, and it's on wax. You was ready to have a conversation about this black on black hate thing that Michael Rubin was actually right about. You and a lot of niggas was on that wave. Y'all wasn't talking about how y'all wasn't on Tyler the Creator
I
wave.
didn't cut off nothing he said about Michael Rubin because, and look, the nigga was rapping. If y'all go back, he said everything that I could have said.
You on it?
to put down Michael Rubin. You spoke for the whole thing. I didn't have any room. You said every single thing to say about why Michael Rubin shouldn't have been speaking on black folks like that. Then you just said, I mean, that's all I gotta say.
I'll let you go
So,
first.
You let me go first.
And I told you I was gonna soapbox a little
Which
bit.
you did, but my thing is like after that, I could have just changed the topic, or I said, what about the stuff he said? There's truth to that. He has this perspective. How do we change a person's perspective like that? Your only argument and the only thing you wanted to stay on was how we need to slap his wrist. We need to stop him from saying that. You can't talk about how your people need to do better with the bullshit they're doing to make people believe. I.e., I brought up Sexy Red selling a gonorrhea
That don't have
lip gloss, and knowing that majority black people are her supporters,
So what does it have to do with black on
that
black
makes
hate,
me feel
Terrence?
like we need to control what we consume so that we don't look like or have a certain perception that we're giving off to other people who don't really know us.
And I actually agree with that point, but to my point, that point you trying to make is completely separate from what this nigga said. And that's where
Exactly.
this
And
is
I
over.
let you do your point, but you didn't let me get off the other point because that's what happens. We're always able to
Terrence,
talk
you do
about
know-
how we should smack his hand. We always able to do that, but we can never get over to the point where we say, you know what, we do have this problem in our community, y'all.
When I tried to talk about when I started talking about the root cause of black on black hate,
You started
he
going
started
back to
shaking
it.
in his boots,
Terrell,
saying
no,
why we
because-
doing this? Because he wants to talk about Sexy Red
No,
and that
I
issue,
don't,
which is a
bro. I don't
completely
wanna-
separate
So
inside
you wanted
the
to
black
talk about
community
slavery
issue.
and how we started to hate each
I never
other.
said
I know that.
I never said that, and you're being disrespectful.
You said what's the root cause of black on black crime? Come on, when I give you
I said
one
this
answer,
black
it's
on
gonna
black
double
hate.
back with another. I know that. I see the games he play. Officer Hoyt, this your training day. You ain't
Terrence,
talking to a nigga that haven't spoken
I'm
to
playing the
this,
same
spoke
game.
to you.
Once upon a time, all of us was enslaved. Y'all didn't say Kendrick, oh, why is he going back to slavery? He had a point to go back there because that's where it started. If you want to talk about it,
Terrell,
Y'all didn't
but
say
we
that.
not talking
Y'all
about
didn't say
that
that. We
because I'm
understand.
talking to you.
Nah,
You
because
don't
we
need that.
understand. If we
You
gonna
need to
talk
have
about
that
this shit, it
convo.
does have origins.
Terrell, but that's the convo that we need to have with Michael Rubin, not me. I know. We about to be two niggas
You
talking
wanna
about
talk
what we
to
know.
me, telling me we got a black hate issue because this motherfucker
Terrell,
said
we got
so.
a black hate issue because we started a fire, watched it burn, then we got mad when people say, "You see what those black people burned down? They
Terrence,
burned
it's
Meek."
just like
We did low key burn Meek. We did.
It's like, okay, cool. I
But
get what
we
you're
don't
saying.
wanna take
it's
the
like
credit
if we throw
for
a
it.
protest. If it's a protest, niggas start burning shit down. Even though it's hella white folks and other cultures burn everything down, we will get blamed
Terrell,
for it.
no.
And you're
No.
telling me that even though I'm coming out saying it was everybody out there, you
I'm about
say,
to tell you what I'm
but
saying.
we started the fires.
No, but
that's your
so,
point.
So this is what I'm saying. We threw the
Use that same example.
We threw the rally, and they think we started the fires. We could have not even started the fires, but we threw the rally. So all
So
I'm
you're
saying
we
is
need to accept guilt for the fire
Terrell, no.
that we didn't
all
start.
I'm saying is we need to think about the fact that when we throw rallies, there could be people who will come in to start fires to make the rally look bad. So what do we have to do? We have to organize from within to make sure there's no outside bullshit. And that's the part that we can't do because we all fumbled up within. Within is a bucket of crabs.
Tam, but you see how that's a completely different thing when we talking about what happened?
Cooking this thing
You're
up.
not, and you think you are. You know, we're going to
I'm
leave it here.
cooking up.
We're going to leave it here. Put your thoughts in the comments what you think about
It's
it.
crabs within.
We know that. You want us to...
But you want to go back though.
Because if a nigga say that a bucket is the natural habitat for a crab, you going to say, why we talking about, why we going back to slavery?
Terrell, I'm not-
Nah, let's talk about it. If you want to talk about crabs in the barrel, we got to talk about the barrel. And that's the problem with niggas.
No,
niggas
that's
don't
it.
want to go
You
too
don't
far
want to
back.
talk about the barrel. Niggas don't
You
want to talk about the
barrel.
crabs in the
You
barrel.
wanna talk about the
You don't want to
crabs.
talk about the barrel itself.
Nah, that's you. We thinking different of each other. Let's move on.
You don't want to talk about the barrel. You want to talk about the
Tam, I can't wait to see what motherfuckers got to say about this. Sorry it went so
so
long,
funny,
but y'all,
bro.
it wasn't that much that happened this week. And we knew we was probably going to have a good conversation about it. So,
They said they're gonna say they both low key got points, but we just I feel like you think I'm talking against your point, and I ain't. I'm talking on another side of it.
Maybe you'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll
He
look at
talking about the
comments.
front yard. I'm talking about the backyard. And he keeps saying no, the front. I'm not even talking about the front. We good on the front.
We're not.
All right.
You know
we
what,
not,
let's-
all right. Look, where we good? We
Look,
not. We talking
gon-
about the front. Can we
We
talk about the back?
are moving forward. Tyler the Creator was on
And
Mav
we have
Carter's.
I have a clip.
Tyler the Creator was on Mav Carter's Spring Hill. I don't know if it's a podcast. I know he does interviews. He got a one where he did with Kelly Rowe. He got, some other ones that he's done. But Tyler the Creator sat down with Mav and was talking about hip hop and some of the new hip hop fans. And he's already took a shot at Ian. Terrence is gonna play a
I'm
clip.
still trying to hit that.
Don't start
Fuck
fucking
with
with
that
me.
joint.
Nah, I fuck with a couple of his joints, but I will preface this by saying I do agree with Tyler. Go ahead and play. You try to set me up. You try to set me up because you got
How?
cooked
Because
the last round.
Terrell, I didn't.
You know how you finish the battle? You go 1-0.
You know who you
When it's
was?
around 1-0.
You know who you was? You was Denzel Washington in Great Debaters. You were low-key losing. You better Jesus Christ now? You going to get Jesus Christ now? Remember that scene?
Terrence, think about
you
it.
know what words
Who
do.
was right?
Forrest Whitaker character was right. He was cooking them.
Terrence, play the
That's
Tyler.
why he said that.
Play the Tyler clip.
Man, you go to 19, you go to two
hold up.
bag. I love that. But like when every publication is like, hell yeah, let's put that out. Man, a 15-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 20-year-old gonna see that and be like,
the
man,
one that he was talking about.
shit, I don't really care
Hold on,
about
let's see
shit
what
too.
he's
This is
saying
a
on
quick.
that.
Now you taking up space for niggas like me.
That
you
really
taking up
wanna be
space for
musicians.
people who really care about this art form. And like, I don't like that.
But do you get satisfaction?
And these niggas can't perform.
Nobody can.
All these niggas dress alike. Man, you go to 2003. Jay didn't sound like T.I., who didn't sound like 50. Pharrell didn't sound like Dre, who ain't sound like fucking Quick, who ain't sound like Ye or Just Blaze or Alchemist. Eminem didn't sound like fucking Jill Scott. Jill Scott wasn't trying to sound like Julian from the fucking Strokes. Everyone was them fucking selves. Now, like, everyone is doing cosplay. It's a Spider-Man meme of like the next nigga. Everyone uses the same slang. Nigga, you are from LA and you saying slime?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't say that.
is a
It's
big
crazy
point.
how the internet has made everything so like homogenous, like nothing is its own thing no more. And I think in like 3 years, like either everyone's just gonna be the same color, or it's
Definitely
gonna pop,
justify
and
it, yes.
the next generation is just gonna go so left and want to be themselves
Could
that
be
it's
that
gonna.
one.
Big shout out to Tyler. Everything Tyler said in that interview.
And that clip right there.
In that clip,
Yes.
but there's context needed. And then also everything he said in the interview, it's only 26 minutes. One of the things that stood out for me that Tyler said was in 2003, Jay-Z didn't sound like this person, didn't sound like T.I., T.I. didn't sound like this person. And one thing that I feel like we have kind of lost in terms of hip hop is it seemed like back in the day, Philly had they rappers. You know what I'm saying? You had a New York scene. You had a Southern scene. You had so many different. You had California. You got, the Midwest. You got a bunch of different people that had mainstream artists making music. So you were right. It was a lot of people that didn't sound the same. What we've noticed over the last 10, 15 years that people don't want to talk about is the Atlanta sound takeover. I really do feel like the reason why you feel like everybody sound like Future and everybody trying to sound like Thug is because that Georgia Southern sound is the sound now, basically. So yeah, the new artists sound like Future or the new artists sound like this, and you still got certain scenes where respect to like Detroit has a dope, it's just kind of only they thing. Memphis got they sound. You got, of course, California, Midwest. You got a bunch of different places that still have a sound, but that mainstream sound for everybody, it does kind of come from that Atlanta wave that we never really got out of. The fact that he said, you from California and you saying slime, that is a telltale sign that why isn't he saying some popping shit from Cali? Because that's not what the industry is supporting right now. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that's a little element of it in terms of just that part. But what you think about that?
I mean, there's the white rappers that he talked about. Like he talked about Ian. I feel like we should play that clip because people don't sound the same.
Not yet.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm just talking about the
field,
field, not referring to Ian yet. Just the field.
A lot of people sound the same, but it's like the mainstream artists that are in your way sound the same. Is how I received it. I heard him say something in that clip or in the interview about these are the niggas that are in my way.
No, yeah. Because they don't love the music the way I do.
They don't love the music like how I do. So it's like, you don't have love for the music. Well, my thing is this. I'm not going to speak on what he loves. But it seems like you're more irritated with what you see in front of you than you do with seeing this culture be taken advantage of. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I never got the vibe that Tyler, the Creator, gave so much a fuck about rap history and rap culture. I mean, I'm only saying that because y'all remember when he was talking about, like, when people say their favorite artist and they tell me their favorite artist is Tupac, but you were born in 2004. Like, tell me your favorite artist. Don't give me that. So, I think with takes like that, he just didn't seem like this lover of the organic art of hip-hop. Even when the way you came in didn't seem so organic to hip-hop, I feel
Okay,
like
let's
it's
speak
cool
on-
to talk about hip-hop the way that Tyler was talking about it, but are you really living that way? Eeyore, that wasn't really hip-hop. Feel me? Even your last album was hip-hop, but it's
He did
not,
a drama tape.
but that's not like, maybe y'all say I'm wrong. I love that album. To keep it 100. Hot Wind Blows my favorite joint.
Nigga named the most mainstream.
It's my favorite one. I'm sorry. I don't know. My thing is this: the talking about this deep love for hip hop because it made me who I am. When he said that, I'm like,
Well, let me say this.
you were doing something close, yeah, but you not like Baby Nas. You talk like J. Cole, but you didn't have the J. Cole. Think about it. We was listening to
You gotta let me respond to some of the stuff you saying.
You didn't let me respond to anything you said. I'll let you get it off. I'll let you say
No,
this.
go ahead.
We just listened to About to Blow Up, and remember I was telling you, damn, J. Cole was talking about how the game is on life support. Like,
Gary Coleman just passed Life is Short. Yeah.
he always seemed like the hip-hop historian dude. The OG who now can sit up and say, I don't like the Lil Pumps, I don't like this. I think the reason why Tyler's getting pushed back is because you were one of the guys that showed people that you didn't have to be this traditional cloth of hip hop to be successful. I mean, you're literally not that. Like, you're not successful because you are this OG to the cloth hip hop guy. You broke the mold just like the kids that they see you talking about are trying to do. That's why the message come from you funny. That's all I'm going to say. The message from the guy who says, tell me who your favorite artist is. If your favorite artist is a Tyler, the Creator, you should feel justified with that because that's who you grew up loving. Mm-hmm. It's like...
Tupac wasn't my favorite. He came out when I was 4 type. That's what he said.
And hip-hop is understanding that my man Pluto is a legend and he's going to have mini-me's at this point. Yeah, Ian sound like a little mini...
All right, hold on, wait, because now we getting into the... We didn't even get to Ian yet, for real.
Oh, I thought we were just talking about
it. Well, yeah,
total.
I guess you know what? Well, I guess we did kind of touch everything. So you go ahead and finish out.
I just feel like, how do you feel about that? Future, Young Thug. I don't think that we were ready to look at these dudes as...
How do you feel about
influential as they really are?
But how do you feel about since we got to Ian? How do you feel about what Tyler is saying about him? And if you don't know what Tyler the Creator said about Ian, if you don't know who Ian is this young white boy.
I got the clip if you want me to.
Yeah, run that clip because I do want people to kind of understand that, and that's why I was trying to get in. But this motherfucker is going to talk about the whole thing. I'm like, damn, we ain't even played the Ian clip yet.
You don't be keeping that energy for yourself.
He's like this white kid, regular like Caucasian man, and he's like mocking Future and Gucci Mane like rap music, and like people are like, this shit hard. It's not even like satire. It's like, I'm just joking, I'm just mocking it, but I'm like, no, you can't do. And I hold rap music so close to my heart because this shit changed my life and everyone's life around me, and I'm a nerd about this shit. This is like weird, and I'm looking at it, and something about it like don't even sit well with me in comparison to someone like a Mac Miller or Eminem, who it didn't seem like they was mocking it. They had a genuine love for it, and they were still just being,
And that's it.
That's the Ian clip. So what do you think about what he said about Ian? Because you just said a lot about what you think about Tyler and the situation. But a lot of people look at his thoughts on hip hop and his thoughts on Ian either the same or different. So I just want to give you the space to make sure.
This is what I'll tell you. He write message and we just kind of looking at the messenger like, okay, you low-key came in on an Ian type of wave, low-key. And I only say that to say y'all was on y'all skateboard shit, right?
But they was, what a lot of people will say about our Future in the beginning is that, right? Because like people...
You was on your Vans, skateboard, y'all was wearing flat shoes, sock hat, white boy, skinny jean. I think y'all was on some white boy shit low-key when y'all came out, but y'all was dope rappers. But like low-key, I think I seen a clip where he said I would go to the skate park. You weren't so...
This is what I'll say. We'll go ahead.
How you feel about that? You think I'm off?
I think when it comes to what Tyler's saying about Ian, I think he's right.
Because he's right about Ian.
He's right in the fact that Ian is this white kid that's basically kind of like cosplaying this Future Yeet type. You know what I'm saying? It just don't seem.
This is it. His sound doesn't come from anything but his interest. And it doesn't come from his culture or where he actually came from. Eminem grew up around rappers. Mac Miller was around rappers. This dude is a kid that's rich that got some software and
Yeah. I think when it comes to our Future and Tyler in the beginning, you go back to the Goblin days when they first came out, and Tyler talked about how much he loved Eminem and Slim Shady and how they were inspired by that. And when you think about the way, my only pushback would be, y'all, it's kind of fucked up because what if Ian really do love this music shit? I'm not going to make the excuse for him. First of all, you white, you definitely... I agree with Tyler. I'm not trying to cape for Ian. I like some of his songs, but you know what? I like it not because it's you. I like it because of the sound. It's that sound
It's
that
the
works.
sound that we like,
You know what I'm saying? For certain joints. But I would tell Tyler, like, Tyler, y'all started off, y'all was real on some early M shit. It was a whole lot of vulgar, I might slap this bitch and do that. And, you remember how M was?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what I will say about them is that they did have originality.
100%.
So he's right in the fact that when we came up, at least they were original. Like he said that, Ian was making meme records. And people were saying Tyler was making meme records. And people were saying, oh, but they were original. And y'all have originality.
But were you? Because you were inspired just like how he was, just by a different art form.
And the old heads in hip hop didn't respect y'all when y'all came out.
They didn't.
You wouldn't like if you were Ian, and it's the thing about Ian. It's easy to say, yo, I love this shit. I'm a student of the game, whatever. Tyler, when we first met you, we didn't see a student of hip hop. We saw a nigga that was doing wild shit and it started going viral. I remember my first time, I think, really seeing Tyler for real was the video where he
Goblin with the roach.
Where he ate the roach and they was in the video, niggas was throwing up everywhere. They was putting shit in the blender, drinking it. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was when I first met these niggas. It was like a bunch of weird shit. And I feel like y'all didn't get the respect from the elder statesmen of hip hop then. But as your career went on and we got to your Flower Boy days and where you are now we see via your catalog how much you love music. And I feel like it's
now
unfair.
we can see the appreciation, and it's definitely valid with your work.
I feel like it's unfair to put that on Ian when he ain't got but 2 or 3 songs out right now. That's the only thing that I say about that. So far as Tyler, and T, I'm gonna see what you think about this. I think Tyler, the creator, need to realize that a lot of his fans are the Ian type.
Yeah.
When you think about for real this time, when I think about like A Boy Has a Gun and some of these songs that people love from Tyler, it be a lot of white boys that are inspired by that. Like that's the audience you started your career making white people feel comfortable in this space. And now that you're an elder statesman, now you want to be the one to say, yo, I don't like the fact that, this person doing that. And I think it's fucked up because now you almost weaponize your fan base against Ian now too. Honestly, I mean, like you said, dude is a culture vulture. If it quack like a duck, move like a duck, it's a duck, whatever the saying is. But at the same time, it can be looked at as hate because now what is all the Tyler fans saying? Now you got the Ian fans trying to stick up for their guy, and you give the Tyler fans no choice but to defend their guy by shitting on Ian because it becomes a big back and forth between the bases. And I just think you could feel that way about Ian, but doing this now brings so much you could jot like in bruh career in a sense. Because everybody just you see the little drink he put out, which wasn't that bad. The drink he was in the snow. And everybody was like, this is the shit that Tyler
talking about.
I just think I feel like it was a little, I don't really think Tyler has a reason to hate on him though. I don't want to call it hate. I just felt like it was a little.
It's just what happens when you speak on the fuckboy shit that's going on in the world, but you have a platform and you do the same craft. It's like if you was a receiver in the league and you say, man, these niggas dropping passes, I'm not fucking with it. You catch every ball. Niggas gonna come for your drops.
Right.
So,
and imagine if somebody was to say, it's this new kid, these new future niggas, they weird as fuck. They be eating roaches and shit. And they're copying Eminem. They just basically like making Eminem meme records. It would be
trying to be edgy like Eminem.
It would be like,
wow, you hating on us.
That would be hate. That would be hate.
I saw the video with Tyler said niggas wrote me off. Niggas called me weird. He said house dumb. Remember that?
I remember that.
All
you were talking shit after you won your Grammys.
Shit after your Grammys because you were the weird dude that made it. That's why it just comes off a way him speaking on artists like Ian for this. Damn, Terrell, I feel like you don't let me speak for real,
Terrence,
bro.
I've been trying to. You spoke the whole beginning of this joint. I had just been trying to hop in. I was getting ready to speak to the fact that you said that he was the guy that at one point said what?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the skateboard shit.
I was gonna say you was the guy that said. I'm sorry. You said that he was once the guy And I thought Tyler was gonna be the guy that just let the young kids or the young rappers do what they want. Like, we get it. You weren't around for Tupac, so don't even try to be like a lover of hip hop. Just do what it is for your generation. I got that vibe from him, and I fuck with that because it's like, you know what? That honestly kind of helped me go, you know what? I'm gonna let the Destroy Lonelys and the Ken Carsons and the Yeats and these
Let 'em
people,
rock, 'cause
I'm gonna
that's
let them
their
rock and
generation.
actually give them a chance. I don't know if I might have given him a chance without hearing Tyler say that. So it is weird to hear him double back and now be the this side of the argument.
Cause Ian could easily be the guy that watched your clip and took your advice. What if Ian's favorite artist instead of what's the name is Future, so that's who he rapping like. And now here we come with the heavy hip hop OG. Yo, these motherfuckers ain't true to the culture. They ain't this, and it's like, damn. Okay, so that kind of flips what you said before.
And you know what?
It's easy to I'll tell you this. It's easy to contradict yourself when you love an art form. A filmmaker, a musician, an artist, they very often contradict themselves because there's growth within the art. And it's documented growth.
Yeah.
The great thing about this whole thing is Tyler's mind has grown to appreciate the culture in hip hop. And that's something that should be applauded. Because low-key, it's a good thing that he's thinking this
But
way.
even if he thought
and
that in the
standing up
beginning.
for the culture. You see how he's standing up for the culture.
But Tyler says he felt that way in the beginning. Like, he's always loved hip hop. And we believe you. It just took us a minute to actually appreciate your lane. And I feel like you kind of like not. We don't even know if he ain't really fuck with this shit or not.
There's appreciating something enough to do it. And then to me, there's appreciating it enough to speak in defense of it. And I think he appreciated hip hop enough to do it. But I don't think he appreciated it enough to see it the way he does from this perspective now. Because like you said, he's been to the top now.
Yeah.
I'm two best album Grammys. Yeah. It changed my life. Yeah. So I got more respect for this thing that I got involved with the same way he did. It's cool, but I think we get the message to Ian for sure. Tyler also knows, though, probably, how, okay, I might have contradicted myself here, or I might have said this here, but is the message loud and clear? Yeah, because we get it. Like you said, you agree with what he's saying about Ian, but...
I do, but I can also see the duality. Now, the one thing that we're not talking about that I did want to highlight that he said was the fact that nowadays the game is flooded with everybody just trying to get a lick and get money, and people don't love the culture and creating. They don't love the music. They just want to get rich. And we've talked about that on this pod for over a year and a half ago. I think it's crazy. If you go back to episode, I think it's 160 called, I wrote it down. I think it's Everything's for Sale. No, it was actually
You see how you don't have a problem looking up your shit?
161. I got it right here. It was actually episode 161, and that's my time. It's the one where you told that dope-ass joke at the end. I forget what it was. But in that episode, we talked about the Tyler shit, and we also talked about how people don't love the game. And T, that is one of the biggest takeaways from Tyler's interview. The fact that, like you said, with the Sexy Red got this ghetto-ass lipstick or lip gloss coming out. It's just you can blatantly see that people don't love hip-hop. They're just really trying to get rich.
100%. Even with the women, even with the small artists.
Like, what do you think about that?
That artists are trying to...
That Tyler's basically saying people don't love hip-hop no more, and they just trying to get famous. I felt like we had that conversation plenty times.
Yeah, we did. We always talk about how people don't have a love for the art anymore because you don't need to. We have shown people that you low-key don't have to love this shit. You just got to be consistent and keep doing it and keep your personality outside of it, and then you're good. Look at Cardi B. She put one album out. And she's managed to be the top rap girl for the last 8 years off one project and a couple singles. Like, say what you want. That is an example of us showing that you don't have to have a passion for this shit. And this is not no shade to her, but come on.
Because there's plenty,
There's plenty of people who got on rapping, but we could tell it's not really your passion. It's just something you doing.
And now it does seem like hip hop is going from a music genre to like a lick that people trying to hit.
Yeah.
Sexy Red do not love this shit.
No way.
That's why everybody trying to get a bag everywhere else.
Everywhere
you got
else.
rappers doing all types of shit that you never saw rappers do before because they were so focused. Even the Southern artists that weren't super crazy lyrical miracle, they loved the sound that they created. Look, you couldn't tell Memphis niggas nothing about the sound they helped create.
And they wanted to keep that culture
translated
going.
and wanted to keep that going. Yeah, you didn't see them doing prize picks deals and fucking a bunch of other
They
shit
should've
like
been,
regular
though.
celebrities. Now, yeah, they could have. And I know the times are different now. We got all of these different opportunities for money. But I would be lying if I thought the nigga up the street that rap, do you want to be famous or do you want to be a rapper because you love this shit?
Yeah.
Or do you just love to see that the fact that Moneybagg got Ari? You know?
It's the same thing with filmmakers, in my opinion. Filmmakers, actors, everybody is just on from what they did. And it's just like, everybody to me, it just feels like, especially in the film industry, it just seems like everybody is standing still in the way. We still talk about the same black stars that was in the movies in the 90s when we think about black actors and actresses. We'll start naming Morris Chestnut. We'll name Taraji P. Henson. This is no shade to Taraji, but at this point, you should be an Alfre Woodard. You should be a Angela Bassett. You should be a... Look, we'll say Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett was in movies in the 80s. Like, we're naming people who've been acting for 25 plus years. Like I told Tara, I'm on Issa Rae's page the other day. I said, oh, okay, she got a wine out. That's dope. She got her own production company out. That's dope. And then all of a sudden, I think I ended up on another page. Terrell said, oh, that's her hair page. I said, okay, she got a hair brand. She got a wine brand. Where's the new show at? Or is Insecure going to be what you run with forever and we'll just know you as you did Insecure and then that other hip-hop joint after? But
Did you see she just posted the picture of her,
Lawrence?
Jay Ellis, and Molly?
And what were they doing?
She was like, Insecure movie or series, something next. It's like, don't do it. Do something new.
Do something new, man. Do something new. Or, like we said, and this is no shade to Issa Rae because I love her. Would love to, whatever, work with her.
Yeah.
But, do you want to be a filmmaker or do you want to just be famous and just stack your bags up wherever you can get? Like you said, get your wine deal, get your hair deal so that your money is being made back here.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely understand the hustle, but my thing is like, all right, does that mean that that's all you want to do? Because if that's the case, that's totally fine. But there's an expectation on the table that I don't know if you know about, where we expecting you to fulfill this love for what you was doing, because we thought that might have been a
But
love
T,
that
my
you had
question-
instead of just a lick you caught.
But at what point are you now the outnumbered fan? You know?
What you mean?
You're the movie fan like Quentin. One day you're going to sound like Quentin Tarantino sound when it comes to film. Quentin Tarantino is like, oh, I don't like the fact that people watch movies on phones and tablets. If you're not watching in the theater and film, they're using these digital cameras. It got to the point where he was just outnumbered. He's still staying true to his shit. He's still, shooting everything on film, whatever. But at what point are you the fan that wants this love for this art? Like, at what point is Tyler an outnumbered fan? Because it don't even seem like fans give a fuck that you love the art anymore. They just want a vibe or something that fits whatever conversation we have. I think the first time you saw people really loving like hip hop for its language was recently with this Kendrick Drake beef. You never seen this many niggas breaking down lyrics. We did it on the net for 5-6 years and niggas didn't do it. But outside of that, niggas don't show that they love the arts.
That's true. And like I said, that's why I feel like people have an issue with it. Like the way I speak on the film industry is like you're looking around and not seeing it. You know what I'm saying? You think about the era we grew up in. If you grew up in the 90s, we grew up with the Steve Harvey Show. We grew up with
Fresh
shows
Prince,
like
Martin, Jamie Foxx.
101. But I'm talking about even the shows that were like smaller build-up shows. The Steve Harvey Show, the Bernie Mac Show. We were watching him do that, but we knew he had so much more to offer. And I feel like we all feel the same way about Issa Rae. Everybody watch Insecure, and if it's anybody you love watching that show, you can fuck with the character, the girl who played Molly. You can fuck with Lawrence, but we all just loved Issa. It's like there's something about Issa where she built for more than this show after.
Yeah.
Like, yo, bet, tie the knot on this, because Issa, she about to go ahead. That's just what we thought. It's nothing wrong with us thinking that you were such a good college back that you were built for the NFL. If you don't want to go, that's on you. And I don't think you are any bad for not going. But I think we see a lot of untapped potential, but it sits because you're still famous. Hey, y'all remember me? I'm Vivica A. Fox, and I'm an actress. I was in Two Can Play That Game and Kill Bill. 2003, 2001. That was 20 years ago. Are we going to sign Bill Russell to a 3-way deal because he played 20 years ago? No. But that's what we have in our music and film industry. A lot of people who do one thing, they do one Insecure, and then you sit and we wait for nothing.
Yeah.
We wait for your wine deal. We wait for your hair deal.
Your lotion
Woke
deal.
up looking for the broccoli. Where is it? Are you going to drop that, Kendrick? Or was that another thing that we going to wait for? Now, this is no shade to Kendrick. I'm just using that as an example of how we always wait and wait and wait. And then when we don't receive, we don't even realize it's been 8 years we done waited.
And you know what's crazy? That you're waiting for that from Kendrick, who's been around for 15 plus. You don't even have the new person that you excited to wait for.
And think about what we talking about, y'all. We talking about the pump fake of the love. I love this shit, y'all. This right here is my life. I did one movie. You're not gonna do another one? And this is your life?
That one thing.
Kendrick, only reason why I bring him up is because you didn't have to put that joint in the beginning.
You could have started with the window and we would have been good with
We
Not
would have
Like
been
Us.
good. You make us think, see y'all, what the fuck y'all talking about? Kendrick about to take over the summer. Remember everybody saying that? Kendrick about to take over
honestly,
the
we
summer.
thought,
put it
damn.
we about to be dancing. And guess what? Y'all still dancing and Not Like Us.
Almost
and it's
September. It's getting hoodie season.
All right, see what else we got on the Serato. See what else we
Yeah.
got. Put on that.
Now, the one thing we can say is that Tyler did that. Tyler definitely delivers often. And you can tell he does love it.
Yeah.
He just has a more developed love, I feel like. I feel like we were able to see his love for the game be what it was when he started, but then even grow.
Yeah. And it grew
When you are right about the fact that in the film industry specifically and in the music industry, and then look, we got to shit on the Ians and the stuff like that because they're not doing anything original because the game is really just not
game
even
is sitting
it's
there.
a lick. I just want to get some Marnie and I want to be able to go to the Landon store. I want to be able to do, that's just what it is.
I want to be able to go up Icebox. I low-key feel like we should just get a recorder and just put an album out. 9 tracks, me and Real.
Just make some vibes, dope hooks
To get
make some
vibes. What if this shit go nutty?
And now they're rappers. Do we love the game?
And now the Realest 9 is much different than...
What? If we became rappers?
Bro, if we was rappers, the Realest 9 is huge. It would be huge. That would be a marketing movement. First off, we would have real OGs. Oh, y'all must have fucked with them when they was just doing the podcast. You wasn't there for their first joint.
Nah, yeah.
Bro, you know we could do that. We could be the niggas that were 30 and them niggas decided to rap and them niggas ended up being big up there. The game nowhere. Anybody that's sitting in your crib right now, if you wanna, and I don't think I can rap at all. We just talking about the opportunity. I'm the nigga that sees plus 3,000. I'm putting 5 on it. Fuck it.
But
Look at the odds. I'm willing to lose 5. I'm willing to lose 5 for them odds. Do you know what I get from plus 3,000? From 5?
Terrence said
150.
always look good before you hit submit.
Would you chance $5 for 150, Terrell? On a 50-50?
Yeah, you would.
All I'm going to say is
You
this
would.
to my people at home because it's a long shot and I'm whatever. Maybe I'm a degenerate gambler. If you want to rap or make a movie, Terrell, now is the time where you could be the next
Yeah.
You could be John Morant and you don't know.
Look at the landscape.
You could be the next. All of a sudden, overnight, you the face of a city. You from Maine. There's no niggas from Maine that's rapping right now, putting Maine on, and you be the first one. Look at these niggas doing it. If you got Ian,
But
you're right.
He didn't get on by doing like a Maine sound or a sound from his area. He got on by being what people say is very Yeet-like and very
that's what I'm
Future-like.
saying. You think if we put a tape out, we gonna try to sound like
Mallory Bros? No, you're
nah,
right.
we gonna get on that joint and try to say, hey, put this on your IG, bro. You know?
And you do gotta like pick up some of the sound that's working. And I feel like that's something that even people like if you J. Cole or somebody where you got your own wave, that's one thing. But if you try and get on and you still doing the rabbity rap, skibbity cap, rabbity pap, I don't know if it's. I always ask people when they send me music and they rap a certain way, like, what do you want out of this? Are you doing this because you love it or do you want fame? Because that's going to determine the feedback.
That's going to determine the feedback because we can tell you what the industry
This shit
is
is
looking
cool,
at.
but do you think this will get you signed?
Yeah.
Because it won't. Or do you think, and not even signed, your joint, you got to make a song that's going to work on Instagram and TikTok. And I don't feel like people understand that yet.
Yeah.
You rapping this long-ass verse, what part of the people going to put on their reels? These are conversations that are really happening now because that's what's translating to charts.
The bad thing is, do niggas give a fuck that you telling a story? You know how many people still say, yo, I got a song, and look, the song start with me in my man house, but then I rap this verse, and then I end up at... No one's gonna follow the story.
Yeah, unless they
Unless
already
you
invested in the person telling it.
Right, unless you King Von.
Or you R.L. Stein. Then we gonna pick the goosebumps up and say, fuck it, this motherfucker gonna tell a good story. But
why do you think when King Von said what he said on Just Got Some Top from this stripper bitch, she from Cake, that joint? Why do you think niggas fucked with that joint? Because niggas believed everything word he said.
And that speaks more to the,
And
that speaks more to, even though this motherfucker was a terrible nigga.
He had to do that in order to be believable in a whatever. Not saying he did the right thing, just telling
That's
the person.
why it worked for him.
That's why it worked. You can't come out here and be Mr. Storyteller unless you got a special. It's gonna take a special talent to break the mold of what we talking about. We're not talking about what's possible. We're talking about what's happening.
Right.
And if you want to get involved in what's happening, there's a way to go about it. But if you want to do what you feel is possible, then you got to prove everybody wrong because we ain't going to see it. You know? We're not going to see that.
Yeah. Gems.
I think so.
A few
from
gems.
Niggas that are,
From
we
niggas are
for some niggas up the road, for
you
real.
forget we 30 though now. So now you speak from a different place. I was telling
and
somebody.
say we haven't been around the industry.
Been around for a little while.
Looking at the industry, working within, not like for niggas, but I mean,
Yeah.
you can trust the guy that has worked on and with the NFL for 6 years. Pick a Side podcast. At this point, you can't talk to them boys like they rooks. They got 4 seasons already of
400 episodes they get right.
They can say, do you remember back in when he had, bro? You know,
too many takes on wax.
but look, who in the NFL knows them? They might not have no affiliates, but
guess what? Think about that.
they can tell you how to get probably.
Yeah, and they do got little. They got. Hold on, wait. Do you know your man Austin Eckler just did an episode with my guys? Never play with them.
He did. Look, I'm not putting them down at all. They doing their thing.
Those my guys. They doing their thing. But you're right though about how when you got that many takes on wax, when you work in, like you said, when you work. They don't work in the NFL, but you can get an Austin Eckler interview. You got an interview with this person. You got these people reaching out. Motherfuckers see them TikToks that go viral where they saying, fuck this person, he fell off. That nigga's watching the TikTok.
Yes, he
It's
is.
a nigga that play for the, who he play for? I forget. Hit me up and said, bro.
I'm gonna make one true.
This nigga said, y'all gotta do the newbies. And I said, who the fuck is this nigga verified? The nigga play for the Vikings.
Damn. See, he probably knows exactly what it is.
I only said it because you never know who really watching you for real.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Sorry about JJ.
Yeah. But do your thing, bro. Fuck that. He gone. Next man up mentality.
Next man up mentality.
That's the
Let's
most
go.
we losing shit ever. Next man up mentality. Watch the heads low.
All right, y'all. Look, we gotta cap this podcast off. We over the 2-hour mark. But shit, we ain't talking about much. But I felt like we had a good conversation about some different perspectives, different things to think about. Make sure y'all put in the comments what y'all think about the Michael Rubin situation and the Tyler the Creator situation, because two just very dense, not dense, but two very. You could just talk about it.
Good word.
Yeah, you could talk about them for a minute.
And I want y'all to know, me and Terrell, like I said, I always use the up the road terminal, or we just some dudes that's chatting. So don't feel a way to get in your bag in the comments. Say how you feel. And look, I say everybody be chill. Some of y'all really getting y'all feels and be going crazy. Yo, you really fucking said. Yo, y'all know I will never come at y'all with that with that energy. I would never just tweet you and be like, the fuck are you talking? Unless you say some nutty shit WNBA wise.
I'm getting ready to say, yeah.
Like the dude said, haha, laughing at everybody who said Caitlin Clark wasn't in the MVP race. Did you see me mention him? I said, we're still laughing at you. The fuck are you talking about?
Nah, yeah. They was talking crazy.
Even though she's balling out of control, she's going crazy, rookie of the year. Hands down, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
that conversation finished.
I'm never gonna come at y'all with bad energy, so I just say, yo, do the same for the person down here too. If bruh comment his thing and he say he think whatever.
All I'm gonna say is if you bring chaos and get chaos back, don't try to
Now,
throw a
that's
rock
true.
in and hide your hand.
I like when we have good combos and we just be learning. All of that trying to sun, y'all be trying to sun people with y'all responses, you know?
I like when people do that though. Just be ready for it when it come back.
Yeah, and look, we also gonna have a conversation. Shout out to everybody that follows MalloryBros9 on Twitter. Believe it or not.
Yes.
That is the official Twitter page. And we post a post up there. And y'all can definitely give some feedback in the comments too, how y'all feel about how we post a post and we say, yo, let's talk about how y'all felt there. Because you know it's gonna be conversations there.
Oh yeah.
I like to see that. For sure.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think honestly, once again, there's so much duality to this conversation that
Though hip hop don't need anymore. These niggas dying behind it.
you keep trying. But all you niggas good for, come on, bro. You are such an old
It's
nigga.
deep prime.
All you think about is these old ass. Anyway,
We shouldn't even let you niggas in. It's cool.
take care of yourselves, man. Take your vitamin C. Watch out, monkeypox.